Welcome back to Africa 24 English in this new edition of Decryptage with Selman ALP, Regional Director Africa of FARMASTAR, where we discuss the importance of promoting access to proper healthcare and medication in Africa. Mr. ALP, welcome to Africa 24 English. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us the activities of FARMASTAR, the pharmaceutical warehouse you represent here today?
First of all, I want to thank you to give this chance to me to speak with you today. My name is Selman ALP. I came from Turkey, and I serve as Regional Director for Africa FARMASTAR pharmaceutical company. And I appreciate the opportunity to introduce our company to you today here. So FARMASTAR, we are established in 2040 in Turkey, specialized in providing supply chain solution for pharmaceutical and healthcare manufacturers. And we offer a comprehensive range of logistic solution with international reach, including medicines, medical supplies, medical kits, medical equipment and furniture, and also hygiene kits. Over the past decade, we have successfully partnered with major companies, is more than 40 humanitarian aid organizations, INGOs, and also UN organizations, and the pharmacies, hospitals, and clinics. So we are in 12 countries primarily now, primarily in Turkey, Sudan, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Syria, Yemen, Venezuela, and the Central African Republic, Ukraine, Jordan, and Iraq. And now we are here in Kenya.
The theme of the 2024 AFDB annual meetings was Africa's transformation, the Africa Development Bank Group, and the reform of the global financial architecture, a very evocative theme given the global economic crisis. In your opinion, what are the challenges that African countries are facing, particularly in the areas of access of proper healthcare and medication, the fight against food insecurity, and regional integration?
So let me start with challenges in access healthcare and medications first. So I can say the firstly, limited access to medicines. So many people cannot get the medicines they need because either they are not available or they are too expensive. So this is first. And second challenges, I can say not enough healthcare facilities. And here in Africa, what we see in a lot of African countries, so there aren't enough hospital or clinics, especially in rural area, unfortunately. And the third one, we see not enough medical workers. So there aren't enough trained doctors, nurses, and specialists to care of everyone. And also disasters is another big challenge here. There are lots of disasters like AIDS, tuberculosis, and now in COVID, unfortunately. Plus more people getting disasters like diabetes, hypertension, and cancers. But they don't always have a good healthcare to recover them. And the last one, not enough money. It's another challenge, is what can I say. Many African countries don't have enough money for healthcare, unfortunately. And also you told about the second one, challenges in fighting the food industry. For food industry, I can say the challenges agricultural problems, which is climate change. Nowadays, we see in everywhere climate change. Bad weather like drugs and floods mess up farming, and bad farming methods. Also, these are another challenges. And economic and political challenges also, this is another one, which is poverty, conflict and problems, and trade issues. So I can say. And also difficult economic situation is another challenge. It's like big differences. For example, some countries are richer than other countries and more industrialized than others, which can make it hard to agree on what to do together. The last one, I can say the challenges is logistic and structure. So the problems moving foods, it's also one challenge. What can I say?
Africa will need around $30,000 billion a year to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. Where do you think that African countries should get the funds they need to achieve these goals, especially those concerning health?
So Africa faces a big challenges in getting enough money to achieve a Sustainable Development Goals, which is SDGs, you mentioned that. especially in healthcare. So here I can advise some ways African countries get more money they need. So the first, what can I say, use money from inside the countries. So how they can do this one? To African countries can try to get more money from taxes. So I know you will be, this is what I will came. So they can do this by improving how they collect taxes and stopping people from the dodging taxes, you know, and making sure more people pay taxes. And this money can then be used for things like in healthcare. This is first one, what I can give. And second one, get money from the other countries. So African countries can attract money from outside by inviting foreigners, investors, to invest and import areas like healthcare, building, and medicines production. So this brings in both money and also knowledge. So the third one, get help from the international groups, which is now in the meeting what we have is here. Organization from the other countries can help, can keep giving money to African countries. So this money should be used for healthcare and other things that help the richest SDGs. So it can give us a donation or cheap loans or help with knowledge and skills. And the last one, what can I give advice? Work together as a region to be like one like power. So African countries can help each other out by working together more closely. And this can help trade first and bring investment and make economics stronger. And stronger economy means more money for future. So last but not least, it is important for African countries to let the world know that the African countries is safe. So they don't have like any problem here. And also to have a great tourist spot. So they should use this potential to attract tourists and bring in more money to the countries.
Africa grew by an average of 4.3% between the 2000 and 2022, outpacing the global average of 2.9% over the same period. This remarkable growth rate can be attributed to high commodity prices, improved macroeconomic governance, rising domestic consumer demand, and a growing middle class. How important is the African market for the firm that you represent here today, and even for your country?
Absolutely. So we are here today because we are recognized how important the African markets for pharmaceutical company. So here is why Africa is seeing more money and more cases in chronic illnesses, unfortunately. At the same time, healthcare is getting better. And more people are entering in middle class, you know. All of this means there is growing demand for medicines. So by expanding into African markets, FARMASTAR can provide top quality medicines that people can help. And this helps improve healthcare of Africans, like all Africans, I can say. It's not just good for business, it is also a way to build strong ties with African countries. And it's helped us not real too much on our current markets.
Since your arrival in Africa, what difficulties have you encountered in setting up an African market? What achievements have you made?
I can say regulatory challenges first, which is different countries have different rules, you know, and medicines have different medicines. In Africa, these rules can be really complicated sometimes, and making it hard to get approval to sell our product in this market. Plus, there is a bureaucratic challenges or the long, complicated process also to get registration, to start to invest to the country, and can slow things down and cost us more money, this one. And the second one, market understanding culture differences. So in Africa, each place has its own culture. and what people like. So it's important for us to understand the differences in the Africa and adapt ourselves, our company, to these differences. And we need to build a relationship, a good relationship with local healthcare providers. So it can be sellers, pharmaceuticals, and to do well in the market. Also, we need to understand how things work. There are what the people prefer, and also to respect each other. Yeah, this is the second one. And the third one, I can say, is a financial limitation and currency fluctuation. So, you know, sometimes the value of money in Africa is changed compared to other countries. So this can affect how much money we make and how we plan financially. So the achievements we have made so far, our achievement so far include meeting with excellent people and excellent organization, like NGOs and like some country directors of NGOs. And we successfully established our company and obtained registration now. We have registration. And we are processed to get the registration in pharmacy and poison board registration now. And we have established strong contact, even in 3 days in here, these meetings, which is a good for us. And we engage a discussion with organization regarding potential partnership. So here, this is what can I say for achievement till now.
What are your expansion targets in Africa?
So at FARMASTAR, our main goal is offer the best product at the lowest price, along with great services, logistic services. So we want to provide services in areas where NGOs, clinics, and hospitals are active and to help with the medicine and healthcare needs. So that's why we are focusing on creating our branch here in Nairobi, in Kenya.
Mr. ALP, thank you very much for answering Africa 24's English questions.